Your money does not disappear because you are careless. It disappears because the math is designed that way. If you are the first in your family trying to build real wealth, inflation is not just an economic term. It is a silent pressure system working against your future. And if you don't understand it structurally, discipline alone will not protect you. Today, I want to introduce a framework I call the inflation trap. The inflation trap is the gap between nominal growth, what your income looks like on paper, and real growth, what your money can actually buy over time. Most people measure progress in salary increases. Very few measure progress in purchasing power. That misunderstanding quietly steals decades. It's early evening in Ibadan. Daniel sits at his small dining table reviewing his finances. His salary has increased twice in the past 4 years. On paper, he is progressing, but rent has doubled. Transport costs have climbed. Food prices feel different every month. He isn't reckless. He saves consistently. He avoids unnecessary spending. Yet somehow, life feels tighter. Not collapsing, just compressed. Daniel is not failing. He is inside the inflation trap. History shows something interesting. Before becoming globally recognized capital allocators, Warren Buffett understood one core principle early. Cash that does not compound loses relative strength over time. Before building Amazon into a global institution, Jeff Bezos reinvested aggressively instead of preserving short-term accounting comfort. Even in Africa, industrial builders like Aliko Dangote expanded into productive assets rather than holding idle capital in volatile environments. Different scales, different contexts, but structurally identical thinking. Money must grow faster than the environment erodes it. The inflation trap is not new. It is simply more visible in unstable economies. Let's slow down and examine the math. Assume inflation averages 12% per year. Assume your salary grows at 6% per year. On paper, you are progressing, but in real terms, you are losing 6% purchasing power annually. Now extend that over 10 years. If prices double roughly every 6 to 7 years at high inflation rates, and your income does not match that pace, your standard of living quietly shrinks. You are working harder to maintain yesterday's lifestyle. This is the 10-year purchasing power model. Nominal growth is not real growth. If inflation compounds at 12%, your money must compound at more than 12% just to stand still. Standing still is expensive, and most people do not realize they are declining. This is where first-generation wealth builders face intense tension. You carry responsibility, family support, cultural expectations, economic instability, so your instinct is protection. Save more, hold cash, avoid risk. That feels responsible, but in high inflation environments, common across parts of Africa and many emerging markets, safety without growth becomes erosion. Globally, whether in Lagos, Nairobi, London, or New York, the principle is the same. Inflation punishes idle capital, but in unstable economies, the punishment is faster. This creates fear. Fear creates inaction. Inaction deepens the trap. And the erosion feels invisible until a decade passes. Here is the belief that must be reversed. Saving alone is not safety. Inflation is the silent thief. It does not crash your life dramatically. It erodes it quietly. Long-term investing, done strategically and responsibly, is not greed, it is survival. The goal is not reckless speculation. The goal is structured growth that outpaces erosion. Because if your money is not compounding, it is decaying. Inflation does not argue with you, it simply waits. Time either multiplies your capital or reduces its strength. Neutrality is an illusion. If you are the first in your family building wealth, you cannot afford to measure progress by salary alone. You must measure purchasing power. You must think in real returns. You must understand the math beneath the economy. This channel is not for panic. It is for disciplined, analytical, long-term builders. Inflation is not your enemy because it exists. It becomes your enemy when you ignore it. Be calm, be strategic, be structured. Because wealth is not built by earning more alone. It is built by ensuring your money grows faster than the system that erodes it. This channel is not about motivation. It is about transformation. Every video you watch here is one step closer to becoming the first millionaire in your family. Not through luck, not through hype, but through discipline, structure, and long-term thinking. We are building thinkers. We are building investors. We are building legacy creators. And if you stay here long enough, apply what you learn, and study the blueprint inside the first millionaire in your family, you won't just change your income, you will change your bloodline. So if this video shifted your thinking even a little, subscribe, because this is not just content. This is preparation, and 10 years from now, you'll either look back and say, I started when it was small, or, I wish I did. Choose wisely. I'll see you in the next lesson.